Kent County is home to a lot of philanthropists. Now, a new report from the Johnson Center for Philanthropy at GVSU is showing just how much money is donated here in Kent County compared to the rest of the state. Michael Moody, the Fry Foundation Chair for Family Philanthropy, joins me tonight in studio to talk a little bit more about it. I think this is something that a lot of people wonder about. You know, we know West Michigan is generous, but it's interesting to see how the numbers line up. So let's start with that. In 2012, donors gave more than $947 million. So who's giving the money? How does that whole thing break down?
Well, we measure this based on where the money's coming from, and there's four sources, which is individuals, foundations, bequests, and corporations. And what's interesting is that most of the money, both here and around the country, comes from individuals. And I think that's important for us to recognize, because 65% is what we measured in 2012 comes from individuals. So even though we hear a lot about major giving by big donors, most of the giving still is people, contributing to a collection plate at their house of worship or writing a check to the Red Cross and that sort of thing. Of course, in Kent County, we have a significant amount of foundation giving, and that's actually one of the things that makes us different from elsewhere in the country is just how much of our giving comes from foundations. It's about 26%.
It's nice to hear those numbers, that it's a collective group effort. We always feel that way in West Michigan about how generous we are for any number of efforts that happen in the community, and it's nice to know, I think, that a lot of it's individual, as well as having some very giving families in the area. How does Kent County compare to, say, the rest of the state with that in mind?
Well, in our estimation, and again, these are estimations based on data that's not exact.
Sure.
None of this data can be exact necessarily, but from the best we can tell, we are more generous than other counties in the state. There are about 6% of the households in Michigan are located in Kent County. And individual giving, which is what we can measure in this respect, 10% of individual giving comes from individuals in Kent County. So we give at a higher level, individuals at least in Kent County give at a higher level than individuals in other places in Michigan. And that could be for a number of reasons.
Okay. Really quick, how do you think, are we on track for this year?
Well, we know that giving is going up several percent each year, and so if it was $947 million 2 years ago, we very well could be at $1 billion this year, but we won't know till we get the numbers in.
Okay, Michael Moody, the Fry Foundation Chair for Family Philanthropy at GVSU. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.